Hey, let it be known, I'm working hard when I ain't on the phone. This ain't a hoe, this ain't a foe. Grind never stopping, I'm keeping it going.
Yo, what's up? It needed to be said. It's your boy Tyreek Hill, aka the cheater from the Miami Dolphins, the fastest man in the NFL, and possibly the fastest man in the building. But today, I got a special guest for y'all. I got my boy Julius over there. Julius, man, how we feeling before I get into all that, man? How we feeling, man?
We feeling good, man. We feeling good. Season 2, man.
Season two is special,
we feeling
dog.
good. Like you said, you the fastest. I'm surprised you left out your normal intro. What'd you say? The most handsome chocolate is. What are you saying?
I be saying some crazy stuff, man. Right. I be saying some crazy stuff. But anyways, guys, hey, guess what, man? I'm currently in the grind right now. It's phase 2 of OTAs. I'm getting it in. I'm grinding, and I'm also doing podcast stuff. Got stuff for you guys, man. So that shows truly how dedicated we are to just the grind and just how we just want to build this thing for you guys. But anyways, enough about all the small talk. We got a special guest, man. Like, I feel like this dude doesn't need an introduction, but I gotta do it because I'm from GA. He was an icon growing up. I used to have his cleats. My mom used to take me to Walmart to get his cleats. So without further ado, man, the man himself, Michael Vick, is on It Needed to Be Said, man.
I made it.
MB7, man. Talk to us. He walked over. Believe that. You walked or you ran?
I'm local. I'm right around the corner, baby.
Local.
We could have been did this and knocked this out.
And man, it needed to be said, man. I feel like we had to get you on the podcast to give us some of that OG talk, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely. Just to share with the fans, the NFL community, or even the world, man. Like people, yeah. I feel like people who don't even play football can just use our experiences in life to just help them. You feel me? Because people look at us as icons, as leaders of the positions that we're in, and
role models.
And it's a blessing, dog. So,
yeah.
MV7, man, how you feeling, dog?
Feel good, man. Wish I can play a little more golf right now, but the kids keep me busy. It's a good thing, though, man, just having time off and, being 6 years retired and being able to be with my family every day. My kids pick my son up from school. He requested this morning, Daddy, pick me up from school.
That's the best feeling ever.
We had somebody drop him off. My wife might drop him, but the demand is for me sometimes, and like we miss a lot of that. We miss a lot of that with OTAs, grinding, NFL, moving around, traveling. I watch my daughters basically grow up without me. Not without me. I'm there. It's late. It's late night when I'm coming home because I'm putting in the time. But
you the quarterback of the team, so
so
everybody's expecting you to be the best player on the team.
Yeah, and then I got to go home and be the best player on the team in my household.
Tough.
So it don't change when I get there, and it's even more demand as they grow older. And I'm just thankful that I'm in a position where I can spend time with them every day. Not every day. I travel. I do stuff. I grind. Now still, but the time is there, and I'm trying to enjoy every minute because they grow fast and they go fast.
That's crazy.
I got a question, man. All three of us, obviously, we're fathers. I know you got boys. How many kids you got, man?
I got 4, 2 boys, 2 girls. My oldest son, 18, just graduated from New York Film Academy out here in Miami, so he aspiring to be an actor, and he will be.
There you go.
He got all the ingredients to be that.
Yeah.
Everything in sync with him. My oldest daughter, flag football, just got a scholarship to Reinhardt University in Atlanta.
She a quarterback?
The quarterback.
Knew it.
He was outside in the yard throwing the ball today.
That's
so
giving, though. That's
right.
giving,
she changing the game. A part of the change of the female coaching in sports and football. I got my oldest daughter. My youngest daughter. She's a straight A student. School is very important to her. And then my youngest son is 5 years old, and hopefully he'll be like you or like me or like you or like us, straight up.
How is that, y'all? Like, I got a son on the way. All girls he just gave me all girls.
Congrats.
But how is that? Because I always tell people, like, I ain't really into that. Like, the girl can carry the legacy to an extent. Like, how is that for you, Mike, and you, Tyreek, if you want to chime in on that? Like, how is that having
a daughter?
That son?
Having a son? Having a son. I had my oldest son, and we had it was not by my wife, so it was by my girlfriend in high school, and so I didn't get to raise him like I wanted to be there every day and just be that guy to where he looked up to me. It was kind of, it was a little, it was scrambled. Like she was doing her thing, and I didn't see him as much, and until he got a little older. Now having my 5-year-old son, we together every day. I feel like he a lot like me. My oldest son a lot like me too, but it just took a lot of time to catch back up, and
that's tough.
That's a lot of days, a lot of time, a lot of hours, a lot of years. But just having a younger son, man, and an older son, I know they got to be a spitting image of me. So I try to think about that every day when we talking or when we spending time together.
That's the legacy right there. But to chime in on your question, Julius, I got boys and I got girls, but for me, man, I feel like, my little girl, she can carry my image because I was raised by some very powerful women that man. My grandma, my mom, my sister. And when they ask me, whenever you filling out the paper about who you want this person to be on your beneficiary or who do you want this, like, how do you want these percentages to go? I put my daughter over all my boys because I just know, like, out of all my boys are smart. All of my boys are, well-minded. They're very disciplined, but there's just something about my daughter. Like, she's on a different level. You feel me?
How many daughters you got? Just one?
I got one. I only got one daughter.
Okay.
So I just gave her complete control over everything, just in case something happens to me, because I know she's gonna do the right thing. To
you got to teach her to do the right thing too.
Exactly. I know she's gonna do the right thing by her father's name, and she's gonna make sure that her brothers are in a great situation also. You feel me? Like, she's not selfish.
She the matriarch. You making her the matriarch.
Exactly.
For sure.
So
makes sense.
So yeah, man. I kind of want to talk about football. You feel me? Like,
We got to.
How
can we not?
You go to Virginia Tech, man. How was that playing in Virginia at Virginia Tech?
Part of the reason I went to Virginia Tech is because I wanted to stay home, be close to my mom. I wanted her to be able to travel to my games, and so it was a point when I committed to Virginia Tech. I thought to myself, like, yo, what did I just do? Because I grew up a Charlie Ward fan, Florida State, Tony Rice, Notre Dame, Nebraska. It was Tommy Frazier and all these quarterbacks, and then UVA is local, and all these ACC teams that I'm looking at as, like, all I had in my head was the images of on the helmet and why I wanted to be at that school. And then I chose Virginia Tech, and I was like, what did I just do? I never seen them on TV. I never seen them in a major bowl game. The only thing I know is that the head coach, Frank Beamer, came to my house 8 o'clock at night in the neighborhood that I grew up in, and when he walked away, when he left that meeting that night, my mom was like, if you're going to go anywhere, you need to go to Virginia Tech, because that man is going to tell you what you need to hear, and he's not afraid. He came up to our house at 8 o'clock at night in this neighborhood. I got nothing but respect for him. And so
if Mom Duke said, then you got
Mom Duke's like, her intuition is crazy. Like, she speaks so prophetic. Like, I got the utmost respect for the things that she say, and I might not respect it at the time when she said it, or might not agree. Because, we grow old and we start to feel like we know more, not know more than our parents, but we kind
of wise.
We we feel like we gaining an understanding of life, and we learning as we go.
Right.
Just like they learned as they went. And so it always come back full circle that she was right about anything that she mentioned was going to happen this way. I went to prison. She told me, you're going to get everything back tenfold. Like, Mom, there's no way in life I get all that back.
That's crazy.
Got it all back and some. And so, yeah, man, Mom's is like, she's the catalyst. So she was the reason I ended up in Blacksburg, and then great times and great memories as well.
How is that recruiting process? Like, from high school to college, coming from where you come from.
Yeah.
I know, Tyreek, where you come from. Like, how is that to see these? I'm going to classify them as what they are, outsiders.
Yeah.
Coming into your neighborhood, sitting in your mom's front room. You don't know her from a can of paint or the guy next door. And they come in and they convince you to go to their school, or they trying to convince you to go. How is that? Navigate that for them?
I come from a background where like anybody you meet or come in contact with, and y'all probably can attest to the same. It's about trust. Like,
Yeah.
you meet somebody new, like where he from?
All right.
You asking a lot of questions, like what he doing around here? Who is the you know, like you just start to, and no different when I went to school or when I met people like on a college visit. I'm really just like very observant and trying to figure out, what's his angle at a young age. Is he telling the truth? Like I'm trying to read through him, like
right.
And so that make the whole process nerve-wracking. You really just trying to figure out a situation that where you comfortable and you trust the people around you.
On me, because you're gonna be away from your family.
Yeah,
like, I get it. You playing the sport that you love, and you potentially about to take the next step to your dream, which is the league. But like your parents, your mom, dad, like they basically like just saying, "All right, here you go, take my son, but I want you to take care of him."
Passing you off,
man.
Pass you off, but like you say, she got to trust them and you. You got to trust them and yourself. You feel me? With all these decisions and shit. I mean, we went through that. It ain't easy,
It's not. It's not, man. I went through
to the people out there watching, and we're gonna do a documentary on it, just talking about the whole recruiting phase and the whole recruiting lifestyle and the life and what you got to go through. Now you got NIL and
it's crazy. Now you got to have money.
It's a whole different set of circumstances that you got to understand. But I think it has to be shown.
Yeah, it's crazy now. Yeah. I mean, for myself, man, when I was in high school, I had a chance to take a visit to NC State. But then I ended up taking the JUCO route because I didn't feel comfortable with going to NC State. So once I got to JUCO, I had a chance to visit some of the top schools in the world. Yeah. Because I was like the number 2 player in JUCO. So I went to Alabama. I went to Nick Saban's house. And what's crazy is went to his house, and then later that night he came to meet me and my mom in our apartment room. And my mom was like, "No, I don't want you to go to school here." Because we all know Nick Saban recruiting all kind of 5-stars and stuff. Like he wanted me to play a position that I didn't want to play.
You a 5-star, 4-star? What do you want?
I was a 5. Like he wanted me to play running back at Alabama, and my mom was like, "Nah." My mom and my dad, they was like, "Nah,
sick
bro.
At running back though.
Like you a receiver. Like I need you to get some space. You feel me? Like and the things that he was telling us, like it wasn't lining up. Then I took another visit to Florida State with Jimbo Fisher. He was the head coach at the time. Shout out to Jimbo Fisher at Texas A&M.
Jimbo.
But when we went there, the recruiters, they was like kind of whispering to each other. And my mom, like, she looking around like, "Hey, like we over here, y'all ain't got a huddle up over there. Y'all can talk." My mom, like, it comes back full circle with the trust thing. So I didn't end up going there. Took a visit to Oklahoma State. All the coaches was like loving. Like they was very open with my mom, like, "Hey, your day 1 starter. We're gonna tell you that right now." And then they just made me feel comfortable. So
you ended up
I ended up signing with Oklahoma State.
Dang.
Even though I wanted to go to Florida State, but after my Florida State visit with Jimbo Fisher and the rest of the recruiters, my parents ain't feel safe. Even though Florida State is like an hour away from where we live at.
And then you was drafted in what round?
Drafted in the 5th round.
5th round. Andy took you in the 5th.
And he took me in the 5th, man. Which is crazy, man. So we talk about VT, man. I mean, we talking about growing up, your background. We talk about being at VT, that whole recruiting process and everything that comes with it. Let's talk about the draft, man. Like you go as the number 1 pick, I believe, right? Yeah. Like how was that? Like I always wanted to know how I was being drafted number 1. Like,
that was really cool, man. I think the only thing I wish it was that I wouldn't have known that I was going to be the first pick.
How much money you got?
I got a lot of money. I got a lot of money. Like, it was more money that I could.
This was before, like this was way before they like cut it down too, though. Right?
Nah, this was when they like. I kind of feel like we like started to set the bar as to what a number 1 pick should be when you a dual threat, really multi-talented guy. Because we had just had the '99 draft with Tim Couch, Donovan, Dante Culpepper. It was a bunch of guys in that draft that was like. I think the league looked at it like, "Yo, these dudes are going to be the faces of the franchise, and we got to."
I still want you to tell us the number though. Like,
oh no, my signing bonus. I only got $11 million guaranteed.
He
and
said
the rookie deal.
He said only.
Compared to what they get now.
Bro said, I only got 11 million.
Bro, I'm saying, look, do the math on 11 million after taxes. What is it?
True.
7 million.
Yeah.
I got to get my mom's a crib. Hold on.
Right.
Okay.
It's gonna break down.
I mean, I'm just now coming into the league, but you know it's broke up.
Yeah.
You don't get the sign. You don't get the whole 11 million.
Nah, you don't get it
broke
up front.
up. It's 3 right off the bat. 3 in March of
Yeah.
you know the following year. You know what?
Yeah.
The language, fiscal year, whatever it is.
Yeah, I know what you're
And I'm
talking about.
like, I get my contract. You know, you get a signing bonus. It's broke up.
Right.
But that
And you
number's
don't get it
still
all at
big.
one time. But the family don't know that. Your people don't know that.
They
You
don't.
know, people don't know that
They
you
hitting you
look.
up
It's,
like, "Hey, Vic,
it's
no,
broke
I
up. It's getting broke up, and it's coming with taxes. It's after so instantly. I went into a mode of like, yo, I gotta save some bread. I gotta save. I can't go crazy. I only got $3 million right off the bat, but that was 1.9 when I got the check. I ain't even. Me and my mom won't even account for taxes. We had already wrote down what we was about to go do for everybody and for ourselves, and. You know, we thought we was getting the whole $3 million. We got 1.9, and they was still like it was some taxes that was withheld.
Yeah, it's crazy. The whole
That
process
wasn't,
is crazy.
you know, the holdings and all that. And we like, we got to go back and huddle up and figure this out. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, lessons learned. But you know, from the time I started getting paid, man, I was real, you know, cognizant of how I was going to spend this money and make it last. I was already thinking longevity as a rookie, like. You know your time in that space in the football space is very limited. You don't know if you're gonna be a bust. You don't know if you're gonna be great. You don't know if you're gonna be average.
Not for long.
So I'm preparing for whatever. I know it's it's about to be a tough, you know, go at it.
Right.
You know, but you don't know that when you're a rookie. You just know look, I got to put a lot into this. I got to make sure that I'm prepared. And if I do it like I did it in college, it'll amount to something bigger. And 4 years later, I end up getting an extension. And even when I got that extension, I had to, this coming at this time, I'm making this during the season. This broke up this way. After taxes is only 36 million. After taxes only 23. Like I ain't even so you know. I'm just trying to make sure, like even at a young age, I save a lot of money for the future.
Yo, Cheetah Man, I know you are a super generous guy, from your foundation to the camps to signing everything for the kids, the family, the parents, the fans. I know you want to give away the hat I just saw you sign.
You talking about this bad boy right here?
That's the one I'm talking about.
So all you have to do is sign up on pristineauction.com using my registration code Cheetah to be entered to win a signed item by me.
And not only that, by using the registration code, you also get $10 off of your first purchase.
If you miss everything that we just completely said and you just hear giveaway, all you got to do is just go to the link in the description and you'll find all the steps right there.
Auctions on pristineauction.com start at just $1 each day. And there are thousands and thousands of signed items available, so you can win signed authentic signatures at affordable prices.
Use registration code Cheetah to save $10 off your first purchase. And when you do that, you will also be entering the giveaway. All you have to do is sign up on pristineauction.com using my registration code Cheetah to be entered. Sign up now, please. All right, so I got one more question before Julius asks his question. So I know a lot of people got like some crazy purchases. Like T-Pain had a crazy purchase.
Yeah.
You remember when he bought that big ass chain for like $400K? So could you tell the camera like?
Yeah, I might have had some big purchases. I think my biggest purchase I bought a Maybach. That was $300. I was really out of my ballpark. Like, but you get the extension. You feel like you got to do something,
Right.
So I'm feeling like I got to do something. I gotta make some type of purchase that's gonna make me feel like everything I worked for was worth working for.
Now, was it worth it when you bought it?
Yeah, I got in it. I mean, it was okay. I might have drove it myself like 3 or 4 times, but
You went right back to the hood, didn't you?
took it down, took it back home to
That's what you
Virginia.
really do. That's
it
what
back
you
home
really
to
do.
Virginia.
You got to take it back home.
Hey, I'm really true story.
I made it.
True story.
To the hood.
True story. We going home back. We going to Virginia. We driving the car. We get stopped by the police, and the police just walked up to the car. And he was like, "Yo, I stopped y'all. I just needed to know, bro, what type of car is this, man?" I'm like,
He like that. He like
I don't
that
need this
video,
car.
bro.
Like I don't need this, bro.
Too much attention.
It's too much
It brings
attention.
too much
When the
attention,
police
bro.
stop you to ask you what type of car you in, you need to reconsider if you want to keep that car or not. Like, and especially when I was young, so we was just kind of like, we was riding dirty and having a good time, and
I'm tell you right now.
but it's a shame that I was even thinking that way because I work hard for all that, but I just sometimes I felt like the potential to create adverse situations, man, and just how people look at it and how they feel. Just ain't make me comfortable at times.
I bet you was scared as hell that police pulled up behind you.
I'm like, man, we just was like almost had a nervous breakdown for no reason.
That's the thing about all black people. They can be literally driving 50 miles per hour.
Yeah.
Speed limit 50 miles per hour. Not doing anything wrong. Police pull behind them.
Yeah.
We get scared.
Yeah.
For no reason.
Yeah.
Why we getting scared for?
Bro, that's the honest God truth. I got my first citation ever. Speed. Going down 32. I passed Dunny Harper, right? You know Dunny Harper at.
Yeah.
Headed Osceola. I get pulled over by a state trooper. I'm in a Mercury Trace. I'm something weird, right? Bro get behind my gas it. Not realizing they ride in packs most times. Mm-hmm. Another one out there by the little car shop. They pulled me over, bro. I was so scared, bro. I wasn't even scared, and I was scared of mom.
You ain't even do nothing wrong.
I'm on her insurance. Oh, I was speeding like a mug. I was going like 90 on 32.
Oh yeah,
I cut the
that's
car
a super
off.
speeder.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm so scared. I tell my brother cut the radio off. I already cut the car off, but my mindset so messed up. It's like, damn, shaking like, hey man, cut the radio off. He like, bro, you been cut the car 5 minutes ago, so we just waiting for them to pull up. But I was so shook. But like you said, we get nervous when the police pull us over. It don't matter what you're doing.
It don't matter what you're doing, bro.
Yeah.
It really don't matter, man.
I could be coming down this road right here. What's the speed limit on this road back here? 35?
Yeah, is it 35?
Yeah, no, it's 25 actually. I go
so I'm
35. Yeah. Majority of the people speeding, but
We the
you
nervous.
gotta be careful, man.
Right.
You gotta be careful, man. Number 1 draft pick. You get drafted by the Atlanta Falcons, man. Tell us about that though. Like you in the dirty A. Like you out there with the cricket birds. You feel me?
Yeah.
That's what I call them.
Yeah. I mean, definitely another experience. I was supposed to go to San Diego.
Chargers?
The Chargers. Yeah. The night before the draft, they made a trade like 10 o'clock at night.
Oh.
Atlanta and San Diego swap picks. So while I'm sitting there with the family and we talking about, next steps in life and we booking flights to go to San Diego, it's a trade happening. And so I got the call that night. They made it official. I knew I was going to Atlanta. But now it's like, I could save a lot of money because them flights to San Diego was high. They was crazy. You know what I mean? So the whole time I'm factoring in everything. It's like no stones going unturned in my life.
I bet that
young dude, old soul.
He's so frugal.
Young dude, old soul, but still with splurge. Like I took care of my family, friends. Like we had a good time. You feel me? And there was enough coming in to a point where like I had a bunch of endorsements and all. I'm gonna get back to your question, but I was overwhelmed because it came at me so fast. It was like a lot. And so you get all these marketing deals and Gatorade and Coca-Cola and, you got a lot of decisions to make. And I'm like going to Atlanta at the same time.
Ooh,
local.
Dirty A, baby.
Flight, hour flight, family can get there, they can drive. It's just like all this was just like everything was falling into place.
Yeah.
And I really felt good about it. But I get drafted number 1, and the only thing that's in my mind is like not becoming a bust.
Ooh.
I seen so many quarterbacks get drafted in the first round, and just like after 3 years they labeled a bust. It didn't work out.
Name 2 quarterbacks.
Yeah, I mean, name 2. Tim Couch.
Tim Couch.
Tim Couch was a bust. Labeled a bust. I guess you could say Ryan Leaf was.
Yeah. Ryan Leaf is a big one.
I mean,
Bigger than Winky.
what was the guy that played at Tennessee a couple years ago? They drafted him in the first round.
Michelle?
No, maybe I'm drawing a blank for a reason. I shouldn't, but that was the premise. Yeah. I'm not going to be labeled a guy who made it this far and then couldn't take it a step further. What I wish I would have dreamed about more as a kid was like winning the Super Bowl. Cause all I ever wanted to do, and my circumstances growing up, I'm like, yo, if I got a little bit of money, I'm gonna make it in life. I'm making it with, I'm coming out the house as, a guy, sophomore in high school. I'm like, got $4 in my pocket. You know what I'm saying?
That's how we think about it.
And I ain't going to
kids,
hustle because my dudes won't let me hustle. My uncle won't let me hustle. You know what I'm saying? So I'm feeling trapped. You know what I mean? The only way I can get it is my mom ain't got it. My dad might have it. So when I got it, I was able to like hold on to it. You know what I mean? So I'm like, I'm coming from all these situations where, I know if I just get a little something now, I'm gonna take care of it. You know what I'm saying? So being a first round pick was extra extraordinary. I always just wanted to get drafted, and I was going to just make it from there. So being drafted number 1 just added more pressure. Now I got to uphold my end of the bargain, and plus this contract ain't enough money.
It's not.
Ain't enough bread. This ain't gonna just get me through 4 years of life the way we about to live. And what I'm about to live. And what I'm about to do for moms. Come on, man. Moms was a warrior, a trooper. Like she held it down. Like I watched her for 18 years of my life before I left to go to college. Whole fort, like straight grown woman. I'm like, whoa. And if she could do it, I could do it. Right. You know what I'm saying? And then when I made it, like her being in every game, not missing a game, high school, college, she traveling in rain, sleet, snow. I can call her in the middle of the night when I was homesick, Mom, come get me, come grab me. I need to come home for a weekend. 4 o'clock in the morning, middle of the night, I'm out. Come get me, bro. She showed up 8 o'clock, sacrifice. So I say all that, like I'm gonna take care of moms, and then boom, everybody else is secondary. And so, blessings upon her. God had his hands all over her too, because what he placed in my heart was like a direct parallel to, like, she was an extension of anything that I felt like she deserved or I deserved.
Moms just be different anyway, though.
Yeah, they be special.
Shout out to all moms.
Let's add another layer to that. You keep saying either first round, first pick.
Yeah.
Add that. First African American. Add that to it.
It's funny. I wasn't even thinking about that at the time.
You didn't even think about it at the time. What does it mean now when you go back and look at it? Like, I think significance.
I think about change,
that's
man.
powerful.
I think it's very powerful, man. I think about change. I think about the league when I speak on that subject, and when you ask that question. I'm actually doing a documentary right now on the evolution of the black quarterback, and it's going to be real intriguing when you see, like, when we go back to the 60s and work back to where we are now, to Patrick and to Deshaun Watson and to Lamar Jackson and where we are now.
My boy Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Hurts. Like Jalen, you know what I mean? Jalen going to be featured on it. It's just a real cool experience to see how far we've come as people. You know what I'm saying? How, our locker room in the NFL bring us so close to where, like, some of my best friends, black and white, and I'm proud of that. I'm so proud of that because I grew up in an environment coming up where we was taught, like, not to trust white people.
Oh yeah.
So we told that, and we like, and then I go to school and I'm like, this white person real nice, and I like him, and he on my basketball team, and that ain't that's who made up that stereotype? Like, who came up with that? You know what I'm saying? So, I had to kind of like watch that as, I'm a young aspiring quarterback, in high school. You hear about the stereotypes, guys who ain't make it because of the, you might not be smart enough, you might not be tall enough, you might not be the pocket pass. I'm like, it's a whole bunch of circumstances that come along with playing this position. I might want to switch the receiver or something.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, just being real with myself. And then I had a dude who told me that, one day he looked at me, he was like, he'll be a DB. That, like, crushed me deep. And so I was just like, man, I just gotta do me and believe in what I know I can become.
That's all it takes, man. Confidence.
You feel what I'm saying? That confidence. I was like, man, and college started out rough. I had to learn defenses, then learn the offense, and then it all came together, bro. And it was just like, I'm an NFL quarterback, and still to this day, I can go out like I played in that flag game the other day and still throw a couple touchdowns. For real, still put in that work. So God is good, man. Straight up.
That's crazy. That is truly crazy, man. So go back to talking about playing for the Falcons, man. What was it like? Why couldn't you guys ever win a championship?
Yeah, it's a good question.
I'm sure the Atlanta Falcons fans would like to know that, even though you probably already
They deserve to know.
You know, because y'all
the
had
kid
a
they just
team.
drafted about to wear my jersey too. They called me the other day like, yo, you think the
running back?
name? Yeah,
Bijan? Yeah, I seen that.
Yeah. Bijan want to pay tribute to you and wear your jersey. I was like, yo, that's cool as hell. Like, let him rock that.
Man, look, if I'm Atlanta, I'm retiring your jersey, bro.
That's what one of my boys texted me like, man, they need to be putting that up in the Raptors. Like,
That's fact.
Bro, for real. Though.
But the truth of the matter is, if I could have gave him a couple more years, it probably would have worked out. But just, I don't think we won a championship because
How would you call
one, it was like soon as we got into a groove, like soon as I started learning about the position, we fired Dan Reeves. We fired Coach Reeves, who drafted me. If you look at my 2002 season, he called the plays. He coached John Elway for like 10 years. They went to 4 Super Bowls in Denver. He was the man.
Right.
And I was young, so I had to learn him, learn the league, learn coaching. I had to learn all these things, and so we still young. He was a little older, and he liked to dictate like how things should be. But he knew from his past and just all his experience how we needed to operate as an organization.
Exactly.
Well, we had new ownership, and people was, new players, and it was a new era, and they was like, yo, it's too much dictatorship. He got to go. And so we fired him 2 years into my career. We made it to the divisional round my second year. And then my third year, I broke my ankle, so I didn't play that whole year. That was the year they fired him. And then
2003.
2003. And then 2004.
When you was on the Madden cover.
Yeah, when I was on the Madden cover, they brought that year, 03.
Come on now, I know my Mike Vick history now.
Research.
It's important when you're doing these podcasts. You got to know you.
Ain't no research, bro. Like I grew up in Georgia, bro. Like you really was an icon to everybody, bro.
You was right there. Mm-hmm. And so, 2004, I had to learn the whole West Coast system. Brent Favre ran it, Steve Young had ran it, Joe Montana had ran it. I think the Shanahans ran a version of it with John Elway when they won in Denver. So it was a good system. It taught me timing, it taught me footwork, it taught me how to really walk into a room and coach a quarterback up on how to be on time as far as throwing the football.
Yeah.
Even right now to this day. So the experience was invaluable. We went to the NFC Championship that year, and it was so easy to get there. Mm-hmm. It was so easy that year. I thought it'll be easy getting back. So I kind of the work habits started to decrease, and it was it was so easy to get there, bro. They started changing up the team because I balled so hard that it was like, we don't need to be extraordinary on defense. We can bring in this type of player, and you got to have a good defense.
You got to have a
good defense. So our defenses got worse, and we just couldn't pick up the slack on offense. So, and then I ran into my issues, and so it just never materialized. I still like to apologize to the fans whenever I get a chance for not having a long career in Atlanta. I think it would have been great.
Don't apologize to them for not winning. Majority of the people,
yeah, for not winning, for not being but not for not being there.
No, not for that purpose. I just like to laugh at them.
Yeah.
We got two different reasons.
Well, I don't find that funny.
I just like to laugh at them because you'll see them.
For real,
the tailgates. You done been to a Falcon tailgate.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Crazy, like the fans in Atlanta.
Good times.
Crazy. So every time I get to see them scuffle,
man, bro. When we was on fire and doing our thing, it was like a concert in the arena. I don't know what's going on now. It's not the same. We got to generate that type of buzz and bring back that whole vibe of football in the dome, Sundays popping, get some entertainers in there, rappers. We had Ludacris, T.I., everybody was showing up, and it was a blast, bro. And it was like we was all really able to be a part of that experience and grow the game culturally, through the Falcons.
That's lit, bro.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was lit, bro.
That's crazy.
It was super lit.
I'm in football. Obviously, I'm in football right now, but just hearing just that story, man, just makes me excited, dog.
Yeah.
I wish I could have played with you though.
I wish I could have.
Just that dynamic, man. You played with D Jack, but I feel like
I
you
just
ain't
thought
played
about
with a
Jack.
cheetah,
So
though.
like you and Jack was so similar. Just can't nobody really compete with y'all. Like it's so
Jack
much
crazy, though.
being in both of y'all had Andy Reid. Andy Reid drafted both of y'all, which says a lot about Andy Reid.
Mm-hmm.
He understands talent.
You know what he doing now.
He know how to find. He know where to place you on the field so you can be always at an advantage over the defense, over the opposition.
Exactly.
And it's not. I was actually thinking this year, like after Andy won the Super Bowl, he only got 2, but he went to like 4 or 5 NFC Championship games. Every year y'all was in the AFC Championship game, or he was in the NFC Championship game, or he was close. He might be one of the greatest coach of all time.
Bro, seriously,
you don't have
though.
to win championships to be considered. You know, I understand Belichick and Brady and that whole dynamic, but Coach did it in Philly, and then he did it in he doing it in KC.
Doing it in KC, crazy though.
Stupid. You know what I'm saying? I'm always shout out Coach. Like I love that man to death. Like for real. Literally, I'd do anything for him.
Yeah, I still love Coach
And I
Reid,
know
too,
you
though.
do too. But yeah.
Even though he ain't called me back on my contract deal, but still love you though, Coach.
All y'all business. We all business.
Yeah,
man.
it's all business, baby.
You landed on your feet. You ain't in a bad spot.
Hey,
And you got your ring, man. That's most important.
my
How
mama-
was that?
What, the ring?
Yeah.
Super Bowl? I should have wore it up here so I can gloat.
Shoulda.
I could have had
I want to see it before I leave.
Could have had it. That could have
Yeah,
been my
baby,
advantage
that's
over
precious.
Mike Vick right there.
Precious hardware.
But how was it though, man? It was fun.
It was-
like the
yeah,
Super Bowl
I
is
bet.
dope, dog. Like
Yeah.
it's definitely an experience that I think every football player should want to be a part of.
Right, all right.
You know, just the hard work that you put in, obviously, throughout the whole season, OTAs, training camp, and then you get to like the playoffs, like which is obviously hard. You know, you win those games, then you go to the Super Bowl. You play in the Super Bowl, it's like cameras everywhere. It's
Yeah.
like while you're playing, they're taking pictures.
Right.
You see flashes all over the place, and it's like crazy, man.
Experience.
But I just don't like how they do the commercials in the Super Bowl, though.
Yeah,
Like,
what you mean?
the wait time, like say for instance, in regular season,
Yeah.
you know how like they do the TV breaks?
Yeah.
It's like quick, 30 seconds.
Right.
Super Bowl, it's
Yeah.
like 5 minutes.
For real, y'all
Yeah.
be sitting there waiting.
Bro, because like you know the Super Bowl commercials are crazy.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, you know how long it is.
I never thought about, see. This
So
coming
it's
from
like you
somebody
standing on the
with
field
some
for like
experience.
so long, and it's like, bro, I just want to play football. Let's
Right,
get it. Let's
right,
get
right.
to it.
Okay, it's a lot that come along with it. Go
Exactly.
along with it, yeah.
But when you win though, I felt like Jay-Z that night. Felt good that night, man. It was a good time though. Like
you made the play of the game.
ooh,
You made the play of the game. That didn't surprise none of us watching this. Fox, we was fortunate enough to broadcast that Super Bowl, and so we was right there watching it, right there on the spot live. I think I seen y'all before the game.
Yeah.
You came up to me before the game, and we dapped up, and so so that was a blessing for me too to not really be there, but to be in training camp with y'all and see y'all in 2017 when I was interning, and to have Fox give me a call and gave me an opportunity to be on that platform and to broadcast y'all in that Super Bowl. It was like kind of full surface for me.
that's special, man.
Full circle. Yeah, that was dope.
So you leave Atlanta, you have to deal with some stuff.
Yeah.
You go to Philly. Let's talk about Philly. How was your time there? Like, what was your mindset going into Philly?
Yeah, well, of course, I always wanted to play for Andy Reid. I always wanted to play for Coach. Because I'll be honest, Donovan McNabb, when he was with Andy in Philly, man, I used to watch their film just to see the play calls, and I'm like, they keep it so simple. Like, it was like everything they did worked.
Oh yeah.
And so I just always admired him as a play caller and studied and researched him. And then when he called, when I was waiting for a phone call from one of the teams when I came home from prison, he called, and I was like, he don't need me. He got Donovan. He drafted Kevin Cobb in the second round. And so I go to Philly and I just learn how to play quarterback a whole different way. Like just the way of teaching is like you almost got to be the teacher, and you got to learn this to a point where you can talk it back to me and understand it. So I never really engaged in football terminology, concepts of the game, understanding why we running these plays. Right. Like you got to understand, you got to know why we running these plays. I knew it, but it was more in detail, and so I just became a better quarterback in Philly. The city embraced me when I got there. It took a while. it took a while, but the city embraced
Congrats,
me when
bro.
I got there. The food is great. Philadelphia is amazing.
Bro, Philly fans are
My
crazy.
wife was from Philly. My wife from Philly, so we was home. She was with her family. Like it just ain't get no better than that. It just felt like home instantly. And I didn't even start my first year.
Who was the starter?
Donovan started that year. Kevin Cobb was the backup and then I was number 3. Just kind of worked my way in.
Underdog Fantasy. It's almost like me playing football, but in a fantasy app. They've got support from heavy hitters like Kevin Durant, the Slim Reaper, Mark Cuban, who we all know, Dallas Mavericks, and the Chainsmokers. Best of all, they're available almost everywhere in the USA and Canada, including California, Florida, and Texas. And since Underdog supports needed to be said, y'all need to go check them out ASAP.
Ride with your favorite NFL players or fade your least favorite players for the entirety of the 2023 NFL season. Here's who I'm riding with this season. Deebo Samuels. I got him upward of 125.5 receiving yards this season. Josh Allen. He's an absolute dog. I got Josh Allen throwing upward of 32.5 passing touchdowns this season. You can come join me through using the promo code Cheetah.
Go download the app and visit the website and see for yourself. Must be 18 years or older and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Are you concerned with your play? All you gotta do is call 1-800-522-4700 or visit www.ncpgambling.org. That's crazy, bro.
Yeah, but it was a great experience, man. Like, the one thing about the Philadelphia Eagles fans is you go and play good in that stadium. They demand it.
Yeah.
They're going
That's
to
why I
boo
say
you up
they
out of
crazy.
there.
That's
They're
why I
going to
say
boo
they
you up
crazy.
out of there. And
Now-
that's what football is supposed to be.
Now, did you feel any kind of way when you left Atlanta? Like, did you feel like
Yeah, I mean, I was a little sad when I left Atlanta. The whole time, like, I was gone, I thought they was going to wait on me. But that was wishful thinking. Like, I really thought, like, it was going to wait for me to get back and all this would be over and then I'll step back in and be the starter and we'll just move on like nothing never happened. But that's not reality.
Right.
And I was hoping for something that just couldn't happen. It broke me down when they moved on with Matt, but I was happy that they got Matt because, you know, it's like it was a breath of fresh air for them and they could move on and not have to deal with everything that came along with sign Vick back and this. And I still think to this day, a lot of fans are upset that didn't happen.
Yeah, I'm upset.
Yeah, see, you know what I'm saying?
Everybody
I'm upset.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm
you know,
upset.
people
I'm speaking
upset.
for the people.
Yeah, the people. Like we
I'm
talking
speaking
about
for
the
the people
people,
of College
bro.
Park,
Yeah, the people who support it, and
Fulton County.
sometimes you know, it's always the right way to do things, and I know they chose to do it the right way and to move on, but it's professional football and it's a professional organization. They got to do what they got to do. So, hopefully, little homie carried the torch. And when he went at number 7, he represented right. And to give him something to look at. They had the kicker wearing my number for a minute. But he was nice though.
That dude was good.
Like, yo,
That
when they called me, I was like, yo, y'all sure y'all want to snatch Cool out of that jersey? Because he make almost everything he put the boot on.
On me,
you know what I mean? So yeah, good
Now I'm
stuff.
gonna start
Good
some
stuff.
shit.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna start some shit.
Go ahead.
Nah, you just said something. We talk about it all the time about business, right?
Yeah.
NFL being a business, everything being business, and you got to take the personal feeling out of it. Right. You just said something that I want to tap on. You said they did it the right way. Atlanta did it the right way. And moving on when you had to address your issues and went in a different direction.
Come on, it needed to be said. So talk your shit.
Why would you say that's the right way?
Talk like
I say that. I'm finna tell you why I
glad
say
you
that.
asking me this.
they can't
I'm gonna tell you
find
why I
you
say
no
that.
more.
No, yeah.
They
Don't
can't
hold
hurt
back.
you no
Don't
more.
hold
They
back.
can't hurt you no more, Vic.
Don't hold back.
Don't hold back.
I know I'm a defense attorney, so I know how I feel about the criminal justice system, right? I look at stuff like everybody deserves a second chance. Right? And at what point do you allow your pocketbook to get in front of the blood, sweat, and tears this person is giving this franchise? To me, that's always a mind fuck.
Yeah.
I'll bleep that out. But it's a thin line between business and personal.
Yeah.
So I just look at stuff when you say they did it the right way.
Right.
I disagree.
No.
Me personally, I disagree because of what you gave to the city, because of what you gave, the culture you helped and body and build. Go ahead.
I gave him my all.
Before Vic answer, man, I just like the NFL's motto is always next man up. It's always gonna be next man up because they always feel like they can find somebody who can replace you and replicate what you do. But there are only a few I feel like there's really nobody that can replicate what you did.
Yeah, true that. Yeah.
That's my point. That's why I say like,
and that's me.
You revolutionize the position. That goes without saying. But when you go out there day in, day out, practice, OTAs, you going to all this Sunday games, you ain't getting killed because you was hauling ass, but you taking all this abuse on the field because y'all bodies take a lot of fucking beating. Yeah. And you go through some issues, and at the first sight, boom. No disrespect to any interest groups. I get how the politics and all of that work. You gotta cater to the interest groups and the people who put the billions and the millions in your purse. Not you, but the franchises and the Fortune 500. So why you say they did it the right way?
Yeah, I mean, it's good questions, bro. Like for real, like, and you know, good topics to talk about because you know these are things that people want to hear and should hear. And so, like you said, put the blood, sweat, and tears in like crazy. Like believed in what I tried to build, what we tried to build together as a team, collectively, organization. Tyreek said in the beginning, like, he proud to be able to use his platform to do things like this and what the NFL has done for him. And then I chimed in and was like, yo, we role models too. Right. You know what I'm saying? We got kids watching us and we got to think about the next generation. We got to conduct ourselves the right way. You know this, when you sign on to do it with a contract with the NFL and any organization that's paying you millions of dollars, it come with a lot of responsibility. Right. And then two, they got language in the contract that if you do anything detrimental in your contract to make us look bad as an organization, we can come after everything that we paid you. Now, you know, if it's just me and you and we got this type of relationship, I might just be like, yo, if it's you, hey Tyreek, man, yo, bro, like, that was foul, man, but I ain't gonna take all your money from you. We just gonna piece this up and we gonna figure out how to do it. That's probably how I would handle it with you. When you're an organization major and you pushing paperwork and you got the public watching, perception. We got people from the inside who saying, oh yeah, some people like you, some people don't. You know, within the organization, some people might like you as a person, crazy. Some people might not, and it might be that person who, yo, you know what? We got a chance to go after all our money, and we can get all that money back and put it towards a salary cap, and he'll be all right. You know what I'm saying? So when I say they did it the right way, I meant they went through the process of doing it the right way. Right.
That's that OG talk we need right there.
Straight up, I'm just like, yo, I'm just keep it real. Like,
they pulled out the contract.
They pulled out the paperwork, and they had grounds to come after all their money, and it wasn't about, well, Mike made all this money for us and did all this for us, and well, they like, yo, well, we pay him for that. That's what we pay him to do. For sure. We pay him millions of dollars to line up behind that center, but we also pay him to grow as a man. We also want him to become, you know, the face of the franchise. We want him to have responsibility and be a role model to the kids in the community. And we'll continue to pay him and do everything right by Mike if he do right by us. But I don't know. I ain't had that same understanding, bro. Like if for real. So my son had that understanding though. Right. My son get drafted #1 and he gonna do everything. He gonna do it. Hey son, you can't do this, son. You can't do that. I wish I had a father figure, somebody in my life, like, and I did too for the most part, but not to a point where somebody was like, yo, man, you can really screw all this up. Right. Ain't nobody came and said, bro, you can screw all this up. One person, I won't say his name. But
I was just about to say, bro. How old you is?
Now?
Yeah.
I'm 42.
I was about to say this 42-year-old Mike Vick talking.
Yeah, definitely.
This mature,
definitely
smart, wise.
Definitely.
I went through the process. He done seen it. So he understands it. Now,
I wouldn't let y'all go through it.
If we would have called 05 Vick,
I'd have been like, man, that's some bullshit. Man, they could have waited on me. They took all my money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. And my mom, I was telling her about my mom. She was like, yo, don't worry about none of this. Like, I'm like, Mom, I don't supposed to be filing bankruptcy. I had like 13 million, 8 million. I gave to a financial advisor. Like, yo, I'm scrambling while I'm locked up, though. Like, why they... It's a story for another day. But, like, my money was, like, it was just, like, taken from me. You know what I'm saying? In a weird way. And so that part really make me mad. Like,
right.
But the fact that my mom's like, yo, don't even worry about that. You're going to get it back tenfold. And I got it back. You know what I'm saying? I had to grind for it, though.
Yeah.
And I came back, I was mature. I knew how to handle it. I came back with a different, like, sense of urgency and a different perspective on life for sure.
Hey, that's how it goes, man. That's why for me, bro, I feel like slow success, it builds character, bro.
Absolutely, man.
Slow success builds character, though.
Yep.
But like, name one perfect role model.
I can't.
You can't.
I can't.
Exactly. So that's my point. You see what I'm saying? Like, if we really want to pull back the wool and pull back these closed doors, we'll see some truth.
Yeah.
Not just, I'm not speaking specifically NFL.
Yeah.
I'm just speaking business, individuals,
right.
anybody.
Yeah. No. And I totally understand your perspective, bro. Like, there's a lot of questions that a lot of people ask what he asking. Like,
right.
Yo, why it won't done this way?
Right.
That's what make a lot of people angry. And so I'm not going to explain what I just explained to the rest of the world and y'all.
Right.
Like, I explained it once or twice, but just the way of the world. When you get into professional sports and you're dealing with entities and a lot of money, you better be super responsible.
Got to.
Super responsible.
Got to. Smart.
Or you'll lose it all.
Right.
Yeah, man.
It will hurt.
That's tough.
All right, man. So let's get back to Andy Reid.
Yeah, let's
though,
get back to coach. Let's get back to coach. We got to. Yeah, we got to go off on a tangent sometimes.
For sure.
This podcast can't be perfect.
So you played with Andy. You played with T.O.?
I missed T.O.
You missed
But
T.O.?
I wish I would have played with T.O.
So your receivers was
D-Jack
and J-Mac.
And J-Mac, and Jason Avant.
I played
Brent
with
Selleck.
I played with J-Mac my rookie year.
Yeah, you played with J-Mac.
We used to call that boy Fruit Cup.
Why y'all call?
Cause like he used to have a box.
Yeah.
And then like on the top of his head with just a fruit cup on the top of his
Yeah,
head.
he was just experimenting. Yeah, Jeremy was experimental type. He was fun.
Come from the South,
He was
bro.
fun.
You got to put a caveat on it.
I don't know what Jeremy had,
You got to
man.
qualify that.
You gotta call that bit a chili bowl on the top of the J-Mac head, man. But yeah.
That's my guy.
Hey, what's crazy is I don't see how you guys didn't win in Philly either though.
Yeah, man.
You had a talented offense, good defense.
I can explain that. Well, we had a good year, comeback player of the year. I got comeback player of the year. We had a really good year. And then the next year we lost a couple players. And then we lost Sean McDermott. We lost Sean McDermott to Carolina.
Talking about Sean McDermott, the coach that coached for the Bills, right?
Yeah. Sean McDermott was our defensive coordinator in 2010. Had a great defense. And then we lost Sean to Carolina in 2011, and it just wasn't never the same. And we always talk about defenses win championships. You got to play D to win. We lost that defensive competitiveness, and it wasn't there. We still had the offense. We still did our thing on offense. Still had high numbers. Jack, Mac, they did their thing. But we just ain't had that defense to get stops when we needed.
You need that defense, man.
Yep. And we had Nnamdi Asomugha. We had Sante was still playing in his prime, in his peak.
BD, Brian Dawkins, right?
B. Dawkins was gone, but we had Dominic Rodgers-Cromartie. We had just got Dominic from.
Oh, he was rolling.
And he was, and then he went to Denver, ended up winning the Super Bowl with Denver, and made the Giants better. So he was still in his prime. So
That's crazy.
Our scheme was a little different, and Andy still did his job on offense, did his part, but our defense, we lost Sean. I feel like if we would have had Sean, we probably had a better chance at making it.
And
so that's what happened.
Y'all speak highly of Andy Reid. Obviously, I didn't play in the NFL, but what do you guys think sets him apart from everybody else? Because y'all stories are the same. Anytime you talk about Andy Reid, you talking about him, both of y'all faces light up.
Yeah, I mean,
like, what sets him apart?
I just think he.
First off, he gave both of us second chances.
Yeah.
True.
So we're gonna start out with that.
Let's start with that.
That's how you run.
Let's
That's
start
how
with
you
that.
run a franchise.
Let's
That's
start with that.
Look, the second chances, the hunger.
He's
Then the player. You see what I'm saying? Imperfect.
So
imperfect gems.
Yeah,
is what
imperfect
get you there.
gems. So with Andy, like he's not afraid to take a chance on. He not worried about what the public gonna say. He know how to handle the public. He not worried about what the organization might think. He know how to handle the organization. And then he gonna pull you to the side right from the jump, and he gonna tell you like, "Man, don't screw this up for me. Like I got you. I'm in your corner." And then when somebody pull you in the corner, Andy like walk up on you, man. He like he don't talk loud. He ain't gonna yell at you. He ain't gonna. Andy the type man. He ain't even got to yell at you for you to know when he upset with you. He just gonna do something devastating, like just kick you out, get out of here, like get out of my face. That disappoint you. Disappointing him used to disappoint me more than anything.
Exactly.
Like, yo, damn man, I let coach down. I feel like I let coach down. Like it's part of the reason why we play so hard. So just not wanting to really like, let him down really was like the reason I always put forth the effort.
That was mine too though. Like just not wanting to like let him down. And for me, man, he used to pull me to the side all the time and be like, Reed, like just like Vic say, I'm in your corner, bro. So don't mess this up, dog. And my parents loved him. He loved my parents. He used to call my granddad all the time when my granddad was going through his situation. He used to check on him. Yeah. Without me even telling him too though. Yeah. It was like, bro, like this dude really care for me, bro. Like this dog. And like I really never had that in a coach besides my granddad. And I was like, bro, every fucking play that I play, I don't care if I'm hurt, I'm gonna get this dude 110% no matter what, dog. Yeah. Because I know like he got my back no matter what, and he's gonna put me in the right positions to succeed in life, and that's what he did.
On and off the field.
On and off the field, bro. Any way that he can help you out, he gonna help you out. Besides returning my call, I'm still mad.
and even he'll do that. Even in your situation, for him to like, he know you going off to better things. Not better, but he know you going off to make more money for yourself. Like. Y'all won a Super Bowl together. He acknowledged that. He appreciate that. But he also know you gotta run, you got a business, you got a family, you got kids, you gotta have longevity. Coach know he can get players that, they not gonna replace you, but he'll find a way. But I know Tyreek, he gonna be in good hands and he worked hard for this. And that's how I looked at your situation. When you left, it was a business decision. It was a business move. And you had to make that decision.
Yeah, it was.
You know what I'm saying? And
tough.
bro, like, he knew Kansas City couldn't pay you what you was worth. They couldn't.
Right.
They probably could have, but then the contracts started getting crazy, man. When you sign, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, the Dolphins might have had the salary cap space. Mm-hmm. You got to move guys around. It's all about but you landed on your feet, bro. You know what I'm saying? You ain't in the cold weather. You might not have Patrick Mahomes, but you got a good quarterback that y'all working. You
got the most accurate quarterback in the league.
Damn right about that. Like I'm a big fan. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm a big fan to him too.
That's the second. That Tua is the most accurate quarterback in the league.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, shit, man. I ain't gonna say the most accurate. I'm just saying, his ball. He throw a catchable ball.
Oh yeah,
he threw a real catchable ball.
That's so catchable, boy.
I mean, if you watch what he did in college, go look at his college. Every ball was on the money, soft, right with it, in stride. So I just think he's got to bulk up a little bit, get a little bit bigger, get stronger. As you grow into your man body, that's what needs to happen. Ain't nothing wrong with picking up another 10 pounds, 15 pounds to handle the pounder.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's those the things that you got to learn as you go through this process of playing quarterback. It ain't easy.
No.
You're gonna get hit.
Yeah, that's the biggest
You're gonna
thing.
get knocked around. When you wake up on Sunday mornings, Monday mornings, and Thursday mornings, you got to sacrifice for the team. And so once you start getting that in your head, bro, like you become a different animal out there.
I'm gonna answer that for Tua. I'm gonna answer this for Tua. That's easier for you to say because you run a 4.2. But yeah, I got a question. The question that I got is because like we like to compare generations. Like we like to compare.
Yeah, go ahead.
Could this guy play in this era? Could this guy would this guy be successful in this era? Do you think he would have been more successful in this era or the one that you played in? Because now football is kind of like different with all the rules.
Yeah,
it's about offense.
Yeah, I think in this era, I think the defensive linemen are a little more fast. There's a little more athleticism on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I mean, I watch Lamar and I watch what they do with Lamar, but I also know a lot of those runs are design runs. So it's different when you gotta improvise just from a pass play. Like when you gotta run the ball from a pass. Like I'm dropping back. I done went through 1, 2, 3. I felt a little pressure. I'm getting out. Or it might be 1, 2. A little pressure. Got to go. When them runs are called for you, it's easy to. I can play in this era. I could have played easy. You know what I'm saying? In this era, as far as having design run, quarterback traps, and then getting loose too. The passing game easy. I was definitely going, but guys back in my era, they was probably a little slower. They played 4-3 defenses, 3-4 defenses.
Shit.
The Sam linebacker was huge. You know what I mean? So all I had to do was beat DBs and corners. And I ain't taking nothing away from my game. God placed me in an era where I was able to dominate, and the game still moved fast. But this era is more so about. You got a lot of teams that just line up in a straight gun all the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just do work from the gun.
For sure. Especially the Bills.
Yeah. No lead backs, no fullbacks, none of that. It's like, it's not old school football.
Yeah, a lot of people are saying that fullback is not a needed position on the football field.
But you look at the San Francisco 49ers with Usyk, and I
Kyle
think that's his
Usyk
name,
nasty,
and he going to come and smack you right in the mouth, and they gonna grind up 160 yards on the ground.
But what's crazy though, he can play tight end too though.
Yeah,
like he can run routes and
multi-dimensional. Yeah, so it's called an H-back. Guy that you put back there that can catch the ball and get out the backfield.
Routes too,
yeah, if I was ever getting into coaching, I'm going back to that old school. I would go back to that old school football. Catch him right off guard.
This man want
to think about to come in there and do being a shotgun all day. Nope, fullback, halfback, straight down the middle.
This man
isolation,
I formation the whole.
Yeah, hit the mic.
The whole game.
Bounce it.
Well, I know who your offensive coordinator gonna be. Eric Bieniemy. Eric
He just won that chip. I can't wait to see how Eric doing in Washington.
So
shout out to Eric Bieniemy, man.
So you obviously still a student of the game.
Yeah, most definitely. I love football.
If you had to say one quarterback reminds you of yourself,
Lamar. Definitely.
I think we all knew that was
speed wise, agility wise.
Right.
But I wish I would have slowed my game down to more of a Patrick or a Jalen or Josh Allen, that type of
why you say that?
Control. Playing quarterback is all about being in control. Like, just imagine busting out a 40-yard run. Like, you got to make all these people missing.
You tired.
You tired. You get back in the huddle. Oh, it looked good. You get back in the huddle. Now, what about when coach called that, you know what I'm saying, that H2 rattler or something, you know what I mean? Or something like that. You know what I mean? Was you the Z? You had the post?
Yeah, I'm Z.
Yeah,
I'm the post.
Yeah, no doubt. Still on the system. Yeah.
Got
the corner. Boom, make that happen.
Like all y'all over that confusion.
Yeah. But you know that's that West Coast slang. Yeah, that just popped up.
What you talking about?
Yeah, yep. And I'm trying to look that safety down on that tight end so I can hit you on that post right behind him. So, that type of football, bro. Like that's what it still work. It still work. You know what I mean?
He played a lot of throw 'em up, bust 'em up growing up. That's what it is.
Yeah, we call it hot ball.
See, which I learned.
We call it throw 'em up, bust 'em up.
I'm not even finna say what I call it, bro.
You know how learn to dodge defenders and get away from people, bro. I used to play a game called hot ball. It's like all of us in the room. You throw the ball up.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Wherever it come down, yo, everybody like you got 6-on-1 or 7-on-1.
Bro.
Like sometimes I used to just score like 15 touchdowns with like 8 people catching me.
Talk about the amount of clothes that you went through in shoes in a day after playing that game, though.
Oh yeah,
bro. I used to come home. My mom used to be so mad, bro. No. Like crazy. I'd be like, Mom, man, I had about 15 receptions, about 300 yards, going crazy.
Yo, nah. What was funny was the flag game we played in the other day. It was RG3 was hilarious. Shout out to RG, that's my boy.
He was out there
He
looking
played
like-
hard. He was playing hard, hitting my dudes and everything. So I'm like, yo, I got to play in this game. RG on the other side hitting my dudes, man. I'm playing today, bro. I gave my cleats to my man. I'm out there running with tennis shoes on.
I seen you had shoes on.
But I remember like growing up as kids, when you went in the backyard and played, nobody had no cleats on.
Nah.
Yeah,
You ain't go say, yo, I'm gonna run in the house and
barefoot,
change my
my
cleats.
shoes.
You played in those.
Right.
You played in them.
Yeah.
In the slides. Bro, I had no traction. Whenever I tried to stop the other day, I slipped at every turn. And I'm like, yo, that's how we develop strong legs as kids. Stopping in shoes, in grass, wet grass with shoes with no traction on the bottom.
Yeah.
That's how we become one of the fastest, and that's how you become dynamic athletes, playing on surfaces that unprecedented surfaces. Like it's almost like playing on this carpet in here. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I do.
And that's how you develop that sublime skill for real.
Yo, Cheetah, man, we feel like hitting a soccer game in Madrid.
And who do you know to get tickets in Madrid for a soccer game to my favorite team?
The only app that I know is the Game Time app. Look, man, buying tickets should not be stressful at all. Game Time is the easiest and the fastest way to buy tickets to all sports, theater, music, comedy, soccer in Madrid. Wherever we want to go, Game Time Sports will get it done. Once we get our tickets, we book, we hit the Game Time app, and we there.
Only thing is, though, can we see our seats before we book the tickets?
You can get access to your seat by viewing the app. You know how close you are to the field, how close you are to the goal. All you got to do is download the Game Time app, click on it. It'll show you a panoramic view. You'll know exactly where you're sitting, baby.
Snag those tickets without stress with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code CHEETAH for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code CHEETAH for $20 off. Download Game Time today. Last minute tickets, lowest price, guaranteed. Speaking of that flag game, are you going to continue to quarterback?
I'm gonna keep playing quarterback. It's fun, but I ain't just getting out on the field. It took me like 2 days to recover from that. Only reason I played and had the competitive juices flowing was because RG3 was out there trying to show us up. And we 3-0 now.
RG3 really trying to take y'all out, though. For real, he was out there juking,
RG3
hitting.
should go play in the USFL, that new football league. He can still play, bro. He
still can
He was
play.
quick. His arm was strong. I'm like, bro, like he's 32 years old, 33. Why? It's for it's for guys like me. You know what I'm saying?
But we don't
Legends. I'm in the legends. I'm in the legends program.
But we don't understand his situation though.
Right.
Like, he could have like some injury problems.
Yeah,
or
you never
something
know.
Like
Yep,
that. He
that
could-
too.
Mental problems.
Yep. Yeah, hopefully, he happy and spending time with his family.
So in your retirement stages, you retire from the NFL, but clearly you still playing.
Yeah. Well, not playing, but participating.
Participating. right. Moving around on the field still.
Yeah.
Is it any guys that you mentor currently, whether they're in college, high school? Do you just try to impart some wisdom on any other upcoming players or current NFL players?
Yeah, man. I try to stay in touch with Kyler and Jalen and talk to them as much as I can, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I see the things that they go through. Lamar, reach out to him at times. And just always try to, let them know that we always, one phone call away. Because we just never know what circumstances we going through. A lot of these guys in different offenses, man, and they can't pick up the phone and say, yo, help me with this read, because now, it's just you just can't be that accessible.
Right.
But, I always admire those guys, man, and love to watch them play. And anytime I'm doing something that might include them or they can be in the present or show their presence, I try to make sure I reach out to them and let them know, like, us as former quarterbacks, we all in the same boat. We all family for sure.
That's special right there, man. I really appreciate you giving back, man, to all the quarterbacks.
That's why I was in y'all camp in 2017 when Patrick was a rookie. Coach was like, yo, got this new quarterback. I want you to come spend some time with him and, just try to make him feel comfortable and let him know, like, look, this not going to be easy, bro, but you going to get out of it what you put into it. And Patrick is different. And I went back to their practice last year, and Patrick out there, like, he run the practice. Like, I'd seen him, like, coach just let him run the practice.
And they just out there looking, huh?
That's just out there looking.
Yeah.
Like, that's how much he done grew. Like he go through the script, he call the script, he call the plays that he like, he run the drills. That's growth.
That's how the quarterback should be, though. I feel like the quarterback is.
It was different, bro.
Face of the organization.
It won't like Doug or Matt. Back there, you still had a guy that was giving them the plays, but he won't really. You coach hard in the film room, and you go out in the practice field and you react. That's what I took away from that, and. Andy just find ways to make you better. And your quarterback, you are going to get better if the coach put the practice on you. You run this practice from 7-on-7 to team periods. You run this practice. And that way you know what's going on. You know every play call. You know every read. And then when you miss a read,
just face it in the film room.
Yo. Yeah.
That's one thing about Coach Reid also. Like he knows how to adapt to his players. Like he do that real well. You feel me? So
I used to look at the game plan when we used to fax it through on Tuesday nights, and I'm looking at the game plan. I'm seeing 2 touchdowns every week at least, max. And it's a great feeling when think about how many passes you throw in the game. You throw like 30, 35. Yeah. I'm thinking about 2 that's going to hit.
For sure.
2 is a lot. That's good for sure. Like for sure hits. Like we going to win. We got a shot. And so, yeah, ain't nothing like playing with that. For sure.
On me. Man, Vic, man, like I really can just sit here and just talk to you about everything.
But yeah, man. I know y'all time is limited. And
how big of an icon you was, man, in the A-Dog. You went to Philly. You still was an icon. I still feel like, man, like you probably like one of the most influential persons like in sports history, dog. Like just other people may not see this, like just for what you did, like to like young kids, like myself, dog. Because I come from a small city. Yeah. Not a lot of people make it. But obviously, like we could watch Atlanta Falcons games. Yeah. And I was like, dang, bro, who that black fast dude is? Like, man, I went and got your jersey, your shoes, and everything. Yeah. And I just want to say I appreciate you, man, for all the black kids in my hood, dog, that just looked up to you.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I appreciate it, man.
So I know Tyreek has his foundation. He's big on, assisting kids, mentoring, mental health. Are you doing any foundational work in your retirement days?
Yep, absolutely.
You half retirement.
Absolutely. Half retirement. We got the V7 Dream Fund, and we still cater to the Boys and Girls Club in the city of Virginia, the peninsula where I'm from, 757 area. We do renovations. We renovate rec centers. And we just try to give the kids an outlet in the sanctuary where they can have places to go and stay off the street. That's what kept me in line. That's what kept me, in line with the dream and what I wanted to accomplish in life. Like I had places to go. I didn't have to sit out and be with guys who might not have had the right intentions or didn't dream as big as I was dreaming. So the Boys and Girls Club was that safe haven, and so we try to keep that up and just all around the world on multiple levels. Like whatever you need a new computer lab, we come in, we renovate it. You need floors for the gym, we come in and we renovate it. And we just try to make sure that the kids don't have an excuse to not want to be great.
That's what.
Right.
I mean, I feel like that's what football is all about. Like we got this platform, we got the resources to help people from where we from. So why not use it?
Yeah, and you're gonna have it for life too.
For life too, though. But I do got a question I want to ask, and I want some OG talk on this right here, because I kind of deal with the similar situation like this. Now we're gonna backtrack all the way back to when you said you was helping your mom, you was helping your friends, and y'all used to party all the time. Mm-hmm. Can you give us some background on how you feel about survivors? Remorse. How do you feel about that?
Well, it's a real thing, but like we don't feel or fail to realize that you can't help everybody, and so I always, try to keep a core group of people that, hey man, it's nothing that I wouldn't do for you, and if the roles was reversed, I would hope that you would do the same for me and feel the same way, and everybody's not like that. Everybody don't have your heart. But you'll start to feel, guilty if somebody call you and ask you something and you want to help them. And sometimes it it don't make them a better person when they can call you and get whatever they want anytime they call to get it.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? I feel like you always, or you put people at a disadvantage. When I stopped giving to people, they started to find their niche in life and what really was, you know what I'm saying, something that they could benefit from, or an opportunity that they could grow from, or a job that they can go out and get and be good at it and make money on their own and be independent. When you just giving people everything, you handicap them more than what you really know. So outside of my mom now, man, and even my sisters, I still got soft spots for them. Like, people in my circle, you got to earn it, man. You got to earn it, and you know, that's just being grown. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's male or female, it's just about, you know, you doing you and, you know, creating your own niche in life and you know what I'm saying, being able to say, I work hard for this, I work hard for something. Can't be given everything because you get spoiled, you get complacent. And, you know, so we feel bad about that, but it's really no space for that in life.
Who is we?
You know, I'm glad you said we. I feel bad for that sometime, and I shouldn't. And so now if I want some motivation in regards to that and how I should spend my money, give my money, I look at my kids. I look at my kids and I think about their futures, and I think about college, and I think about private school, and I want the best educations, and I want y'all to, and I want this estate, what we built, what me and their mom built, to be everlasting. And so, like, I got to teach them how. So my thing is, I got to coach in my household all the time. And so I ain't got time to be coaching people, a bunch of people around me.
That's real right there.
Right.
I'm the same way. Look,
Yeah.
I can't be giving you money because, like Vic say, it puts you at a disadvantage. You got to earn this money. The same way I worked my tail off for 29 years to make it to my goal, blood, sweat, tears. I had to work my butt off to get to the top of the food chain, because making it to the NFL, it's only, what is it, 1%?
Yeah.
It's like a 1% chance I was going to make it. Look.
I never feel bad, man, about telling somebody no. That was my biggest weakness, not being able to tell people no. And you know what happened when you don't tell people no? You lose a lot of money that it's going to be hard to get it back when the days of football are over. Like, and not saying that you got more than, like, managing money is, you know, when you on certain levels is different. You can take care of certain people and take care of the things around you, and then I think it's important to have the right people around you, the right tax accountants, the right financial advisors who understand how to continue to grow with your estate and what you own. You know what I'm saying? And there's so many ways to do that you know, you gotta go through trial and error. You got to learn. You're going to make some mistakes, and it's going to be some wins and losses.
Right.
But you just learn from the mistakes you make, and you know, you got to have that trust factor too with people.
Yeah, that's kind of how I am now, man.
I just posted something like that, talking about trust. Jamila came in and she's like, "You don't trust me?" I say, "I don't trust everybody."
Yeah.
But I also don't just trust anybody.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, I don't distrust you, but I'm just not finna just give anybody my trust based upon.
You gotta earn it.
Right.
You gotta earn it. Especially when you're dealing with money.
Right. Absolutely.
Because people run off with your bread. I was about to tell y'all the story about how my bread got ran off on, but I'm shutting up.
We can do
y'all heard it.
now.
Y'all heard it at a later time.
We can drop a part two.
After y'all heard about it, then I'll come back on here for a part two and we'll talk about it and be like, so what I meant by that was this, and what I meant by that was that.
That's crazy.
Straight up, bro.
How much they took?
Like $8 million, bro. But story for another day. Yeah.
Yeah, story for another day.
When I was trying to do the right thing.
You're not in jail?
I was on my way, but before, like 2 years prior, I linked up with a financial advisor, and I had so much bread that I was just like, you know, I had like 15 million, like straight cash, but I already had everything that I wanted.
Right.
I ain't had nothing to do with it, and I ain't know how to grow it. I'm 25 years old. I don't know what to do to make this. So I entrusted somebody who came with a great plan, and if it would have materialized, it would have just been like for generations. And so I guess once I started going through my case and what I was going through, they felt like they could just like dip off and not, once I went to prison, I can't call out. So they got ghosts on me. And yeah, so.
That's tough.
That's, you know what I'm saying? So they forced me to start all over.
You better than
firm
me.
out of Atlanta,
Better than
yeah.
us.
They
Oh
would've
yeah, I
saw
wanted,
me again.
yeah, definitely. I definitely
They
had
would've saw me
thoughts. It's
again.
like it won't easy.
Nah,
But
you did the
yeah,
right thing. Like your mom told you.
Mom's told me, you get it back tenfold. But mom still speak on that to this day, so it ain't over. It's definitely not over.
For sure.
That gotta feel good though, like just to hear your mom like continue to say that to you though. Cause I can remember my mom saying something like that too though. Yeah. She was like, bro, just hold your head up, bro. You'll be all right, dog.
Yeah.
Like whatever you're going through right now is for a reason, man.
Yep.
It's building you up as a man, making you stronger.
Building character.
Yeah, so.
Building character, bro. That's what life all about.
That's what life is all about, baby. 10 questions, Vic. And then we're going to let you out of here, man.
All right.
10 questions with your boy Cheetah, man. Let's get it. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
These are typically yes. Well, they're not yes and no questions. All right. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Would you rather have no nose or no arms?
Here you go.
No arms.
Wrap it. Who will win in a fight between Superman and Batman?
Superman.
Who's faster, Tyreek or Michael Vick?
Tyreek.
Who was the worst teacher ever? Who was the worst teacher you've ever had?
A teacher named Miss Jones in 6th grade. No. No, Miss Powell, 3rd grade. I was
Miss
going for 3rd
Parker.
grade.
Miss Parker.
Miss Powell.
What was your biggest moment in your career?
Biggest moment of my career being drafted, number 1.
What is your favorite play of your career?
My run against Minnesota.
You talking about the one where you got on your knees and shit?
Yeah,
That shit
yeah,
out clean.
yeah.
That shit out clean. That shit. Who is your biggest inspiration?
My biggest inspiration was my mom, definitely.
Easy.
Yeah.
What is the weirdest thing you've ever dreamed about?
The weirdest, which actually came true, was making it to the NFL.
Okay. What is the weirdest thing you've ever eaten?
Octopus.
Ooh. Okay. If you could travel anywhere on Earth, where would you go? Last question.
Anywhere on Earth. Probably go to the Maldives.
Oh, that place is beautiful.
Yeah,
I went there
heard
last
about
year.
the
It's crazy.
Maldives. Yeah.
25-hour flight.
Yeah.
But it's worth it though.
Yeah.
You get a chance to do some romantic things with the person you with.
Yeah. On the bungalow on the water.
Whew, crazy, man.
Yeah, let's go, baby. Yeah, let's do it.
It's a
But yeah.
romantic thing.
For real, man. Hey, but MV7, man, I just want to say thank you for coming to
Sure.
It Need to Be
Absolutely,
Said.
man.
I feel like you got some things off your chest, man.
Yeah, man. That's what, I like sitting in these type of settings, and it's a discussion, baby.
Yeah,
Right.
that's what it's about,
That's
man.
what it's about.
That's what it's about, man. Giving back to the football community, letting people know how we truly feel about, not only the NFL, but what we deal with in life, man. So,
Yeah.
because a lot of people think our lives are easy because, we somehow got this big contract and we're living our best life. But, like they say, more money, more problems, baby.
What you got to do tomorrow?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Practice.
Yeah, see? Shit ain't easy. You got practice every day. That's what we call it. Work.
Work, man.
We don't even call it practice. He just said practice because that was a reference. But if he was talking to somebody else or on the phone, I got to go to work tomorrow.
Exactly. If I'm talking to like somebody,
Yeah,
to work
we
tomorrow,
call it
man.
work. So the NFL, we don't call it. Well, I remember the first time I heard one of my boys, like he played at Virginia Tech. He was playing with the Ravens, and I was staying with him. I was in college, and he was talking to his man. He was like, "Oh yeah, I got to go to work tomorrow." I'm like, "Yo, where you work at in the off season?" Thinking he had a side job.
Right.
He said, "Nah, bro, I got to go in and lift weights. We call this work. This, you know what I'm saying? We on the clock."
Yeah.
So yeah, bro. I mean,
We definitely
keep it in perspective.
We definitely appreciate you pulling up, man.
Yeah.
And just, obviously I come from a different standpoint on things. I just want to say I take my hat off to you for not letting situations and circumstances define you and keep you in a position that so many of us and anybody who deal with situations like you dealt with allows that stigma to just be that dark cloud over them and then just go left when they should have went right.
Yeah.
So shout out to you, shout out to Mom Dukes, because she sounded like she put her hands on you
Moms.
a lot
You know,
growing
Moms
up
pray-
to
Moms
get
pray
you
for me.
straight. Yeah,
Mom's a prayer warrior, man. Like,
sure.
Special shout out to Mom. She just turned 60 and beautiful, man.
Shout out.
Yeah.
Shout out
Gonna
Mom,
be I like
man. Hey,
Yeah.
thank y'all for watching. It Needed
Appreciate
to Be Said. Michael Vick, everybody.
wrap.
Let's get it.